Cheesehead TV brings you two guys who like to think they know something about football.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Packer Transplants Live. I am Aaron Nagler, and I am joined, as always, by Mr. Corey Behnke, my partner here at Cheesehead TV. I'm coming to you live from Cheesehead TV, New York. Corey joins us across the street from Lambeau Field, and we are ready to talk some Packers. What do we have on tap today, Corey?
Today, we revel in the first 2-0 start for the Packers since 2020 and get ready for a showdown in the DawgPound. But right now, it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. We got the good. We got
Keisean Nixon.
We got the bad. We got
that Belton penalty.
We got the ugly. We got
Jayden Reed's injury. Absolutely disgusting. Hate it. Hate it for the young man. But, hey, we know he will not be gone the entire season. He will be back after suffering that broken collarbone, but absolutely ugly to see him going off the field, shoulder hanging low. You hate it. You never want to see it, Corey. How you doing, buddy? How's Corey Behnke? How's the world according to Behnke today?
I can't complain. I mean, look, the Packers off to one of the best starts they've had, and a lot of exciting things, a lot of exciting stats kicked around by the Green Bay Packers.
Seriously.
Some relevant, some not so relevant, but wow. You know, seeing exciting things from the Green Bay Packers, I'm here for it. I live for it. So, yeah, it's great.
You know, I hear that. And you're right. Yeah, some of it is just kind of perfunctory, and it's just the idea of, like, okay, that is a stat, but maybe it doesn't mean a whole lot, such as the Packers putting out on the dope sheet that they've won 7 in a row against the AFC, Corey. Like, what does that mean? I mean, great, awesome, wonderful, love it, but ultimately doesn't mean a whole lot. Yes, they are facing AFC team this weekend, but yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it don't mean a whole lot. But what does mean a whole lot is giving a shout out to our friends over at Nicolay Law. This episode of Packer Transplants is sponsored by Nicolay Law. You never plan on needing a lawyer, but if you're ever in a car crash, suffer a slip and fall, or are injured in another kind of accident, you want someone in your corner who gets it. Nicolay Law helps people across the Midwest, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, and Iowa. And they fight hard for regular folks, not big corporations, not insurance companies, just you. Calling a lawyer can feel intimidating, but Nicolay Law makes it simple. Their team takes on the stress, deals with insurance companies, and fights for the compensation you deserve, so you can focus on getting your life back. Injured? Don't wait. Call 1-855-NICOLAY or visit nicolaylaw.com to get started. Speaking of getting started, let's get started with some hotness. Let's do it.
Go.
For the hotness. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there were a boatload of possibilities that we could go, the directions we could head with this week's hotness, and I saw a bunch of them listed in the live chat prior to coming live, but I had to go with this. I had to go with Romeo Doubs absolutely smoking a fool off the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look. Here's Romeo. Oh, my goodness. Just leave your jock right there. Right there, like, you may deposit yourself on the Lambeau Field turf because I have absolutely smoked you for a touchdown. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the hotness. What do you think about that, easy. Corey Behnke?
I liked it.
Yeah, he does make it look easy.
I enjoyed it.
You're not wrong. I will take it. Also take some Packers news because there's a bunch to get to, starting with the aforementioned Jayden Reed, who has had both foot and clavicle surgery. Man. We knew, obviously, the broken collarbone suffered there on Thursday night. Dealt with that Jones fracture at the same time. Figured he was playing through it, fighting through it, etc. But hey, you're going under. Might as well fix two things at one. Get your 2-for-1 there at the hospital while you're under the knife. So Jayden Reed getting 2 surgeries done and both successful, which is great to hear. On the practice tip, we got Zach Tom and Aaron Banks both practicing on a limited basis today. During practice, their first one in preparation for Sunday's game against the Browns. Great news out of the locker room. legit, just before we went live, Aaron Banks was talking to reporters and said point blank, I'm playing. So sounds like he's determined, come hell or high water, that he's going to be out there Sunday against the Browns, which is obviously great news.
Yep.
Love to see it. Zach Tom, we don't know. We will see. Also along that practice tip, Bo Melton did individual work today. And I know it doesn't feel like a huge deal, obviously, when compared to the offensive line, having to play backups, etc. But, man, I think you can draw a direct line between Bo Melton being out on Thursday night and some of the slip in their special teams play, especially on the coverage units. They really missed Bo in that regard. So here's hoping he trends in the right direction and is out there for Sunday. And then finally on Monday, Christian Watson's talking like, man, if like it was the NFC Championship game tomorrow, he'd be there. Like he is set to return. Sure feels like we're going to get past. He's on PUP. Right? So, so we'll get past this Cowboys game. They'll go into, the bye week, and I suspect they will probably take that week to take him off PUP and open that 21-day window. Not saying that automatically means he'll be out there for the Bengals game, but man, certainly a possibility, which is something I would have thought was crazy given the timing of the injury, the fact that he was so late in the season, that home game against the Bears, final week of the season last year. But man, the possibility that he could even be out there for week 6 it's nuts to me. But hey, man, fair play, man. I love it.
Exciting.
That's exciting. Want to get him back out there. All right, should we talk about this offense? Because Corey, a lot of people are concerned. They have concerns, even though the Packers are 2-0, which is obviously exciting. Always something to fret about, something to worry about, Corey.
There wouldn't be Packer fans if they didn't worry about something.
It's true. You're not wrong. And this week, it's the run game. It's the fact that the run game hasn't been as effective as we certainly saw it was last year. So now it's, what's the problem with the run game? And I talked about this a little bit earlier in the week, but I just want to say the run game will get on track. Now, I'm not necessarily saying it's going to happen this week against the Browns because they're really good against the run, but these two teams that the Packers have faced have certainly been keying on the run, especially on early downs, to try to make the Packers beat them on 3rd and long or, keep them behind the sticks, so to speak. And it's been somewhat successful. They've been triggering linebackers and safeties and what have you, but I have zero doubt that the run game will get on track in time, and Josh Jacobs will be back to, putting up 100-plus yard contests each and every week. But right now, it's certainly been a uphill battle. And like I said, I think that probably continues on Sunday.
What probably changes, to be honest with you, is teams watching how good we are at passing the ball and being afraid of that.
You're not wrong.
So, the run game might come around. And also, I just feel like the run game they have right now is a feature, not a bug. But I feel like that's the whole point of it. Like, yeah, they want to get yardage, but they're going to do what they're going to do because they need to deceive you later on. So
that's the key right there, right? The whole thing flows through it. And even if you aren't getting huge gains on first down, as the game progresses, they're going to pick their spots to take advantage of you trying to shut them down on the ground on early downs. And we saw that Thursday night, right?
Yep.
So I'm with you, man. I think that is a major component of the offense, whether they're ripping off big runs or not. And I got to admit, like, I've been, I want to say proud, but I've been happy to see Matt stick with it. Like it's really easy if you're not gaining yardage. Yeah. He has really.
But it's also I do think that I'm not the most succinct person to be able to say that, but for some reason you can see in the last 2 years that he's incorporated this regardless of the result, which I love. Yes. Right? It's like, this is things we're gonna do. We're gonna attack these things regardless of what happens. And at the best scenario, we get a first down and first or second down. On the worst scenario, we set ourselves up on 3rd down and we've got a lot of options.
Yep. I very much agree. And to your point, so much can flow off of the run game, whether it's ripping off, 5-6 yards or 1 or 2 yards. You're still able to get guys to take steps, to take false steps, to put them in bad situations where you got Jordan on a boot or you got guys in the flat that you were trying to commit to the run game, and now all of a sudden someone's open because of it. Little doubt it will get on track more and more as the year goes on. And speaking of getting on track, man, that Matthew Golden breakout that everyone's waiting for, it's coming. I'm not saying specifically absolutely 100% going to happen this weekend, though I do think that's a distinct possibility. But, man, you talked about it on Happy Hour last night. The tape, it's just ridiculous. He's open.
Yeah.
Matthew Golden is open. He may not be the first read, but he's open a lot.
Recorded a league-high average depth of target, which I'm going to be honest with you, I never even knew that was a stat, of 40 yards, suggesting he was getting open downfield often.
I mean,
so yeah,
downfield, intermediate, in the short game, like he's open.
Yeah, what I was saying
you know?
is there's no way that Matt and everybody looks at the tape and is like in wide receivers rooms and is like, it's clearly obvious he's open. Even Jordan, right? And Jordan's going to be looking at the tape and being like, okay, something changed here. And the guy has proven that he can catch the ball in training camp. So did we ever see him really drop anything? I mean, not
once, and that was a high throw.
Real consistent. Yeah.
Yep. He's been excellent at every turn.
It's clearly got to be a game plan thing. It just shows you how much their game plan matters, especially on the wide receiver tip, right? It's like, and especially because it just shows you how kind of, honestly, I think what it shows me personally is how somewhat really targeted Matt LaFleur's play calls are, right? When Tucker Kraft gets that seam down the middle, like everything
that's
is 100%
scheme. Yes.
Jordan's on his first or second read. It's not getting into 3 and 4 read situations because that's when he's probably going to see Golden's open on those plays.
The thing is, too, that is 100% spot on. Where a lot of the plays, I'm not going to say 100%, but a lot of the plays, Jordan's ripping his first read, like the guy's open. So he throws it to him, right? He doesn't get to the back end
throw the ball.
Golden is. Yeah, exactly. So it like I do suspect starting this week, especially with Jayden Reed going down, I would be very surprised if there isn't an expanded kind of section on Matt's play sheet that is just like where Golden is the primary target, right? That doesn't mean he's going to get the ball every time, but I do think there will be more kind of effort to get him involved as far as being the main kind of target in a pass play and in a lot of these plays, etc. Because like I said, the guy's getting open. Got to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jordan Love, Corey, I feel like I'm like watching like the 1980s all over again, the way he's chucking it downfield. I mean, how many times did we say on Thursday, during watch party, he's chucking it for Jesus? Like he went downfield. Like there were so many deep throws. And as you said, like that's clearly, it's not just him chucking it. That's the game plan. Like that was the design. Yep. How many 15, 20, even 30-yard concepts did we see? Guys really far down the field and Love just trying to pick them out. Now, obviously it wasn't the whole game. He played plenty of stuff underneath, but I can't remember the last time it was so obvious that they wanted to push the ball deep downfield consistently and repeatedly. I don't think that happens probably at the same clip against Cleveland, but I think it's exciting, no doubt.
I kind of feel like since Matt got here, you kind of feel like he always wants to do that. Like I remember being like when we're, and I'm reminded by Eeyore number 1, who I don't know if he's here today, but Eeyore number 1 all these years being like, just run the ball, because all of a sudden we didn't really have the offensive line we thought we had. We want to do 5-step drops all the time and we're getting sacked. And I think now it's like, oh, I can be aggressive. I have a line. And with Aaron Banks coming in too, like I said this in training camp, I'm like, okay, so we overpaid for the guy. Well, I expect road grade material. Like I want to see some, like now that we got this guy, if Aaron Banks is playing this weekend, you got to imagine that does change some of our mindset as far as the running game against the Browns.
Absolutely. Even though they are excellent against the run, I agree. I think they will continue.
I don't think we give a shit I don't think we
No,
give a
I
shit
agree.
about how
I
good
totally
people
agree.
are. I really
Yep.
don't. I don't
Matt's
think
going
it's
to
because
do
we
what
have
he wants
hubris.
regardless.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's more. I think it goes to, and I've heard Matt say this in press conferences. He believes more in his guys than he believes the other side can beat him. Now, does that mean he doesn't self-scout or do the thing? But like he believes, and honestly, if you look at our offensive line against the Lions,
Especially in pass pro. No
yeah,
doubt.
it's like the Lions or the Commanders, like our offensive line is pretty tight, and it's only going to get better. It's not really. It's funny. We
That is
kind
the
of have a
dream.
similar offensive line than we had last year, as far as not knowing all the pieces, right? And we still
the injuries
we're
have played
hopeful for
havoc.
we
No
know the
doubt.
pieces, but we're hopeful for them, right?
It's very interesting to see the difference with Elton Jenkins in there instead of Josh Myers. Like, I don't want to speak ill of Josh because I know he gave his all through the 4 years he was in Green Bay, but man, it's a big difference. Like, it makes such a difference. Like, it's a much better player there at center for the Packers, and it's making a world of difference. Switching over to the defensive side of the ball, man, Javon Bullard was getting so much grief during training camp, getting beat on certain plays, getting beat in one-on-ones, etc. It's nice to see him finding his place. And I'm not saying he had a perfect game or a flawless game against the Commanders, but he had a good game. Certainly still gave up a few throws here or there. But, man, as a physical presence down near the line of scrimmage, playing that nickel spot, he was triggering so well. When he saw stuff, he just reacted. There was no thinking. There's no overthinking. And the other part was not arriving like out of control and missing tackles. He was triggering and getting guys on the ground, whether they were trying to throw, screens to the wide receiver on the perimeter, whether it was quarterbacks escaping the pocket, whether it was a throw underneath to a running back. He was just lightning fast in his determination of, okay, that I know this is my responsibility and I'm triggering and I'm gone and this guy's on the ground. I think they've found a really good niche for him. I hope he's able to continue there. And I know there was some kind of back and forth this summer about, could he challenge Evan Williams? And it always felt Evan Williams was the kind of obvious choice for the running mate opposite Xavier McKinney. But, man, it's just nice to see Bullard find his spot in this defense because I thought, played a really tight game against the Commanders. It was good to see.
Yeah, I just think that our secondary, obviously, when they know that there's no chance you're going to have 5 seconds, they can just choose different things to do. I do think that played into, and we're going to talk about Keisean, but when Keisean can make decisions, I mean, the pass breakup he had, the pass breakup Keisean Nixon had, where he knows the receiver is going to catch the ball and he's able to track the ball in space and punch it out.
Is
one of the greatest modern NFL plays available to a cornerback that very few cornerbacks are able to deploy in any kind of like succinct way. And I do think a lot of Bullard and Nixon and Williams and, Xavier McKinney, I just think that their play is enhanced by the fact that the linebackers and the edge rushers are going to get to the guy in 5 seconds. Yeah. And you couldn't say that last year. You just could not say with any
consistency.
It just changes your mindset, right? And I know I've heard these guys say it. I saw Evan Williams talk about this. He was on a podcast and he was talking about just the confidence that they have in the defensive line to get their job done, and then adding in Micah, and then watching tape on how fast the Green Bay Packers defense is and the mindset. I mean, it's just gotta add this whole, like, you can take a little bit more risks than you could last year as a DB.
Yes.
And just that little bit is the difference in the NFL.
A big time. Oh, it's a game of inches, right? And the fact that you can be kind of front foot breaking on the ball with confidence, knowing that it's got to come out. To your point, they can't hold the ball. They got to get rid of it. So, 100%. And one of the components there, Barron Sorrell, the rookie, had his first NFL action. And I tell you what, very promising debut. Now, it wasn't a ton of snaps, but, man, he affected the pocket numerous times. And, we've talked a lot already since Micah Parsons has been in town about not just the work Parsons has done, but and the opportunities that have opened up for Devontae Wyatt, for Lucas Van Ness, Rashawn Gary, etc. Man, Sorrell is going to add his name here. Like, that's just another chess piece or another wave that you can send at offenses that they got to worry about. If this kid can continue building on what we saw Thursday night, man, we've talked a lot in the past about the idea of being able to send bodies at an offensive line, a group that has to stay essentially the same throughout a game. Man, if you can send 2 or 3 different shifts at the offense and they're constantly kind of rotating so they're fresh, man, fourth quarters are going to be hell on earth for opposing offenses.
Yeah.
I mean, so I've just loved what we saw.
Yeah, and that I do want to touch on that, like,
Mhm.
this whole score thing, and like, I don't know. I felt this way last year too. I felt like, and it was hard last year because there were some games where I did feel like we won the game and then we didn't win at the end. So I get why people get anxious about that kind of stuff.
Right.
But there was never a moment where I thought the Packers could have any chance of losing this game. And we talked about this last night a little bit.
Yeah.
Where the way that Matt calls this offense is different depending on what the score is. And I don't think there's any doubt about that. You can feel the difference. So, I just think that a lot of people get so upset because they feel like, oh, we're not stepping on their throat. And it's like, no, that's our plan. That's our game plan. Like, that's what we're doing that on purpose. We're not playing
taking the air out of the game, right?
Third quarter. You know what I mean? It's just, that's not what we're doing. And I just think it's funny because how can I see that? I'm a total moron fan. How can I see that, but like no one else can see that? I don't understand.
Well, I think some people can feel it maybe inherently, and then they, see a team like Detroit put up 50 on the Bears, and that's what they want for their team. So I get it. Like, I understand. And as I always say, comparison is the thief of joy. Like, this is your team.
What if we put up
this is how they approach
70
it
against the Bears? That would be funny.
That'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. But to your point, and we talked about this last week, I mean, these people would have hated Mike Holmgren, who's a Super Bowl winning coach, by the way. That was his MO throughout that entire run in the 90s. Like, they would get up multiple scores, and in the second half, they'd maybe score another touchdown, kick a field goal, win 31-14 or 31-17.
Yep.
They never ever really, I mean, outside of like a handful of times, put up like a 40 burger or a 50 burger, certainly. Now I understand it was a different era, but like that was his whole MO.
There's also,
to your point,
there's also something.
You're up multiple scores in the second half. Don't give them more opportunities to get back into the game.
But also, not only that, there's like a chess piece here that I don't think a lot of people think about. The season is long. The more you show people, the more they're going to copy, the more they're going to do stuff, right? There's nothing wrong
and counter what you're doing, right?
Yep. So there's nothing wrong with like keeping it vanilla and running the ball and taking some smaller risks and not really putting your, there's nothing wrong with that. And that to me is part of the game. Now, would I like to see them, hey, if you're going to like get up the clock, like get a first down at least one time out of the drive.
Well, and that's, I was just going to say, and that's, so Matt alluded to that in the presser after the game. Like, there were certainly opportunities to take more control of that game and to put them away earlier, right? No one's saying don't do that. No one's saying, oh, it doesn't matter if you don't execute. Of course you have to execute. You want to pick up first downs. You want to keep those drives alive. And hell, give yourself more opportunity to score points. I get that. But just because they run the ball and maybe aren't successful, picking up that first down, and then they punt and everyone's all two things. Now we get to see the defense again. And this is the first time in, I think, 20 years that I've been excited when the defense for the Packers takes the field. And the second thing is like I said, you're shortening the game, and you're trying to eliminate as many possibilities for them to go and score points as possible. And I have no problem with that approach, none whatsoever.
This is the most exciting defense that I have ever experienced in my lifetime.
I'm not ready to go there yet, but it is exciting.
I'm ready. I'm not saying they're the best in my lifetime. I'm saying that I have never been this excited, and I'm talking about I wasn't this excited even when I was like huge into Tremont, and I was really excited to see the defense. But to your point, like even then I wasn't excited to see the defense. See, even in this show, I don't even have the freaking tripod on the floor, and I'm still hitting the table.
We got to get you a hanging thing, something to put the phone on for the camera that you don't have anything on the ground because you're just too excited.
Well, it's on my
You're
desk.
too excited by the defense, Corey. That's what it is.
It's very exciting. I know people got excited about Reggie White, and I was very excited about Reggie White, but like to a man,
you were still playing defense.
Like...
you're still playing defense, and it does feel like a letdown when you have to punt, right? I get that. But it's the first time in a long time I've been excited to watch the defense. That doesn't mean I'm excited that the Packers don't have the ball, but I'm excited to watch the defense. That has not happened in a long fucking time. Finally, on the defensive tip, Keisean Nixon apology forms are available. Just email me and I'll send you one. Because wow, do a lot of people owe Keisean Nixon an apology after week one in particular.
I think for what people said about Keisean Nixon, you should have to delete your Twitter account as a Packer fan.
Probably.
If I could go, somebody should use AI and then just call out all the people who talk shit about Keisean Nixon. And then we'll just have like a leaderboard. And then, yeah, that would be fun.
I don't know if I trust AI to get it factually correct, though, since, it was very clear that the Packers used AI on the dope sheet a couple weeks ago and listed Matt LaFleur's record against the Colts incorrectly. And it matched up with something that was available via Google AI. So I don't know.
Just want to say, George, I did live through Reggie White. I did not live through the 60s. I'm older than I look. Somebody thought I was some age the other day. I did live through Reggie White. Here's why I think this defense is more exciting to watch than that defense. And I think it's an NFL thing. I think Aaron talked about this last night a little bit, but the way that the NFL has literally tied everybody's hands on the defense.
On defense, yes.
And so basically,
correct.
You have to have men run at the ball. There is no Packers defense we've ever had that is this swarming in just 2 weeks. I haven't seen it. I don't remember
the speed.
I don't remember 96 being this speedy. I just don't.
No, no chance. Well, it was a different
Micah
era,
Parsons
right?
is a sinewy dude. Like we talked about, like in another era, Micah Parsons would have been a linebacker, and I know, still like he would have been
question.
Yeah. But now this guy lines up in any freaking position. That's what's crazy to me. This guy lines up anywhere, and he's a problem. Who else is like that in the freaking world right now? No one. Not that can line up anywhere. Too.
But Corey, to your point, I can't. I've never seen a Packers defense that has this amount of speed. Like on all three levels, swarming, all the hats to the ball, the way they close.
It's crazy. Watch this tape. Watch the tape and watch every defensive play. And you will see 7 or 8 guys just going to the ball. It's insanity.
So good. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, Keisean Nixon apology forms are available at aaron@cheeseheadtv.com. And, if you are sitting there going, you know what, Aaron, there's no way that you have more content on this game coming up, the game past. Oh, yes, we do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you subscribe to the Cheesehead TV Nation newsletter. Goes out twice a week during the season. The next one goes out tomorrow morning. Includes a very exclusive special preview video with myself and Andy Herman breaking down each and every game, each and every week. Got to be a diehard member to sign up, so do it. Corey, you got anything else before we hit the blogosphere?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
This week in the Packer blogosphere.
That's right. It's This Week in the Packer blogosphere, the return of that venerable series, and it's brought to you by Luigi's Frozen Pizza. When it comes to frozen pizza, Wisconsin has Luigi's and a lot of companies that want to be like them. Traditional Wisconsin-made, great-tasting pizza. The flavors you recognize and love. Made in Wisconsin since 1968. Don't settle for a substitute. Taste the tradition of Luigi's. Man, I did that read on the radio yesterday. And I did it right now. And both times, it made me hungry. I need some Luigi's pizza in my life.
I know. I want to get some. I was looking. They have a breakfast sandwich pizza, or like a breakfast pizza. I'm like, oh snap!
Goodness.
Yeah. I'm really
looks so
excited.
good.
We had the owner of Luigi's Pizza, our co-owner, at my house at the tailgate on Thursday, and
Hell
what an incredible company. Not just Luigi's, but AK Crust, who's their parent company. Incredible company, incredible people. Really excited to partner with them this year, and really appreciate them coming on board.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Speaking of coming on board, and someone who just out of nowhere, I want to give a shout out to Sean at Curative Connections, who messaged me on Instagram a couple days ago to let us know about, well, Curative Connections in general, but this event they're having this weekend in Green Bay at D2 called Kickoff for Curative. For more than 76 years, Creative Connections has been in Green Bay to help families, seniors, and people with disabilities find support and care due to aging, dementia, brain injury, or other disability. They help meet each person, no matter where they are in their journey, and help them navigate options that support their goals for independence. Sean himself helps people with special needs find, opportunities in the employment field. And I got to tell you, as a father of a daughter with special needs, man, this hit home. And my daughter, anybody who follows me online in any capacity for a long time knows that Violet has, grown into a very beautiful young woman who is now an adult. And this is exactly the kind of thing that we are wrestling with Violet. And now the fact that she's out of school, she's got to go find work, right? To hear about this work that Creative is doing, absolutely incredible. They have an event this Sunday at D2 in Green Bay, and 10% of everything D2 makes that day is going to Creative Connections. And they also have a raffle going on with a bunch of kind of donated things, etc. And Cheesehead TV has put together a basket that you can bid on. Corey did this. Look at this. This is amazing.
No, I didn't do this. Rachel, my partner, did this. So this is pretty cool. So we have a Brent Schoonover Green Bay Packer Legends poster, which is signed by Brent. It's on the bottom of this picture. And nice. Brent is our artist for Cheesehead TV. He only made 50 of these posters, so that's really cool. There's part 1 and part 2 of this poster, but you can't buy them anywhere because, the Packers. But so you can get them. Then, so we got Carry the G 4-pack. We got an old school, new, small Cheesehead TV can't buy anywhere. 2 pint glasses of Carry the G, and then a football signed by Henry Pearson, the one and only, and Musgrave.
Luke Musgrave in the house.
Luke Musgrave. It was supposed. Here's the thing. It was supposed to be, for the event that I was at, it was supposed to be Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft, and Tucker Kraft had something happen, and so then we got Henry Pearson. So
you got Henry Pearson instead.
So a signed football, we got a signed poster. It's good stuff. I dropped it off, and the folks at Curative, they were really amazing. Brenda and Sean, and Brenda's worked at D2 for like 16 years as a bartender. She did our event. Just really great people. If you can go out there, if you can support, I think they're going to do that basket on silent auction, and D2's right by the stadium. So if you're in Green Bay and you're looking to get some Cheesehead TV swag and support a good cause,
and support a great cause. It's starting at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, so it's game day. It's going to be a lot of fun. They got a ton of stuff going on. They got a meat raffle, a 50-50 cash raffle, tons of prizes and baskets that you can bid on, including the Cheesehead TV one. Really appreciate Sean reaching out, and hopefully some folks can show up there on Sunday and support a phenomenal cause. All right, there are a ton of things that happened on the internet this week, Corey.
Who's here, Henry Pearson?
What's that?
Come on. You're on this chat and you don't know who the great Henry Pearson is? Come on.
The great Henry Pearson, the greatest move tight end we've ever had. Okay, maybe not. But he was, a superstar in our hearts. No doubt about it. Let's take a look. Like I said, we got a bunch of videos to get to because, goodness gracious, when the Packers are good, all of a sudden everyone's talking about them, including the undisputed super middleweight champion who was on the sideline there Sunday night. I believe it was in Houston. Let's take a look what Terrence Crawford had to say.
Who is your team, and do you think they can go the distance?
Green Bay Packers has always been my team, and I feel like we Super Bowl ready this year.
It's just a champion, Corey. That's a champion. champs recognize champs, clearly. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Jayden Reed, as we said at the top of the show, had to have 2 surgeries. And when he came out of surgery, a family member, I guess, maybe a friend, I'm not sure who it was, but somebody put him on Instagram Live to thank people for all the well wishes and prayers and whatever. And Jayden had an all-timer. Let's take a look.
You got a whole bunch of people on here. You want to turn it off? Tell them hi. Tell them that you
Pack
good.
us to the bowl, bro.
Okay.
Bruh.
Tell them. Tell them you good. And then we're going to
I'm good. Thank you for the prayers, bro. But we turned, bro.
Okay.
We going all the fucking way, bro.
Okay, that's it.
Nah, bro. They can't with us, bro.
Okay.
That is so good. That is
They're like,
so
okay,
good.
Okay.
Wait. Packers
Okay.
to the bowl,
End
bro.
record. They're like, can you just say thank you to your fans?
Can you just say thank you? He's like, Packers can't fuck with us. Packers to the bowl, bro. If the Packers wouldn't sue us, I'd make a Packers to the bowl, bro t-shirt, but they would, so we won't.
Yeah, good job. Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. When the Packers are doing well, like I said, everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's talking about them, including one of my favorite NFL podcasters, Chris Long, had this to say about Micah Parsons.
Micah, he's got to fight through 2-3 blockers every play. And there was a point in the game, and after the first game with Detroit, I was like, okay, cool. They're moving him around like a chess piece. That's fun. I want to see him parked over the fucking right tackle.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the edge rusher in me, but I'm sitting there and I'm saying I want to see him parked over Connerly. And it took like a quarter or two. I think it took 2 quarters, and they just put him out there, and he won so fucking fast. I totally get he's dynamic inside too, but like maybe a little too cute. Let me just see him outside. Yeah. It's good for prep that a bunch of O-lines are watching that and saying, like, we have to worry about Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons could be in my zip code. Micah Parsons is coming to your zip code.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And I get what he's saying, but I do like that they move him around, Corey. I get, yeah, please set him over these bad or rookie tackles and let him eat. I get that. Man, I do like moving him around, and I do like how you don't know as a quarterback walking up to the line of scrimmage, where's he going to be? You can't game plan for it. You can't design your offense around it.
That's the extra superpower, which he kind of got to it later, which he realized, like, any other player, including like Reggie White, you're lining him up against on the left side where he's really good because he's going to beat everybody, or the right side, wherever his spot is. And that's what makes him this once in a lifetime type of player, is that it's not a trick. It's like, no, wherever I line this guy up, if you don't deal with him, you have a problem.
Yeah, you have a major problem. 100%. So I love it. And I love Chris. Like I said, he's one of my favorite NFL podcasters. He's got such good takes on pretty much everything regarding the league, but love it when he talks Packers, obviously. The other guy that we've talked about a little bit as far as like really starting to come to life, and because somewhat Micah Parsons is making his life a hell of a lot easier because he's getting one-on-one opportunities, is Devontae Wyatt. Take a look at this.
I was wrong, and I'll be the first to admit it. When the Packers traded for Micah Parsons, I posted a video that Rashawn Gary would be the biggest beneficiary. He hasn't been. The biggest beneficiary has been former first-round defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt. And look at this move he put on Brandon Coleman, who's a pretty athletic left guard. Wyatt has been largely unblockable, and he certainly was unblockable in Green Bay's Week 2 win over the Commanders on Thursday Night Football. And as you're noticing here, he is seeing a ton of one-on-one reps against Brandon Coleman and the rest of the interior of Washington's offensive line. You're seeing very minimal help from the center, or certainly not any from either tackle. And Wyatt was a big-time prospect out of Georgia. Won a national title there, was a quality athlete at the combine, and plays with a lot of power too, as you can see on that rush. Now yes, Rashawn Gary has been a beneficiary too, and Parsons just himself has been excellent. But after trading Kenny Clark in the Parsons trade, Green Bay needed their interior rushers to step up, and Wyatt absolutely has done that through 2 games. In fact, he leads all defensive tackles with 11 quarterback pressures entering Week 3. Hats off to Devontae Wyatt and his incredible start to 2025.
Shout out Chris Trapasso for putting that together. Good
something
shit.
I didn't say. I mean, it's incredible, right? I mean, what the funny thing is, if you're triple teaming Parsons, you got no time to double team anybody else. What are you gonna do? Yeah, like what are you gonna do? You're gonna send one wide
it's
receiver
11
out there, or
pressures
what?
as a D tackle. My God.
Jesus.
Like,
Well,
he's
and
just winning.
I was gonna say this about. I wanted to just say this. I don't know if a lot of people understand this, and I didn't say this earlier. I did say this yesterday. Back to Keisean Nixon. The so Keisean Nixon had 5 pass breakups in that game.
Yep.
I believe.
Yep.
The last time, according to the Google's AI, so this might not be true, but at
Who
least
knows?
it's not just me saying it.
I got it.
The last time the Packers had 5 pass breakups in a game, because this is not, it's not normal to have 5 pass breakups in a game, by the way. This is not like a regular
For one
occurrence.
player, no, absolutely not.
No, hell no. It's crazy. The last time that was 2018, Jair Alexander.
He was pretty good. He was pretty good. Pretty good player.
Well, back to
Absolutely
my
pretty
timeline
good
thing
player.
of like, oh, Keisean Nixon this whole time. It's like, well, timeline. We've slotted a guy in. And that guy
gotta make
just
it work.
performed at a level that Jair hasn't performed in since 2018.
In a while, in quite a while, as Ravens fans will tell you. Speaking of fans of other teams, I love this video that we're going to play here because this is a Lions fan who came to Green Bay in week 1, who's apparently a content creator. I'm not familiar with their work, but they came loud and proud as a Lions fan, and they made an interesting discovery in Green Bay. Let's take a look.
Yo, I want to say something that I don't think that Lions fans are going to appreciate, but I think it needs to be said because I think that there's a divide happening here. Last weekend, my wife and I traveled to Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin to watch Lions-Packers week 1. 6.5 hour drive from where we were at in Michigan, and we got there on Friday. Game was Sunday. We left Monday. We only packed Lions stuff. We were decked out in Lions gear all weekend long, and we barely were in the hotel room. We were out at restaurants and bars and hanging out, seeing Lambeau Field, seeing Titletown. When I tell you that not once did any Packer fan, anybody wearing any sort of Green Bay gear, heckle us 0 times. 0 times. Hospitality that we experienced in Green Bay was 1,000,000% different than the verbal abuse that Packer fans spew on social media. We were kind of scared going to Lambeau Field because we've been posting Lions content for like the past couple of years on social, and Packer fans, given the rivalry, I understand that. I don't take any of it to heart, but given the rivalry, Packer fans are ruthless on social media. And so we were a little concerned. We weren't concerned about getting like attacked or anything like that, but we thought that it wasn't going to be as welcoming as it was.
I mean, that's Lambeau to a T, right?
Yeah.
Like, yes,
I mean,
we are
that's
unhinged
Wisconsin.
on social media.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like, no question about it. I just love that. I love that he took the time to post that, you know?
I think it's great, but here's the thing.
Here we go.
I
Here comes
understand.
Corey.
I understand when you root for shitty fucking teams like the Lions and the Bears and the fucking Vikings. Okay,
Right.
I get it. You have a shitty team. Okay, you've had a shitty team since you were born. I understand. But the hubris to think that any fucking Packers fan is watching your shitty ass content about the Lions, the Bears, or the Vikings is incredible to me. It's incredible. The amount of hubris you have to think that a world champion historic team has any interest in your shitty ass TikTok content.
Did you just call it
Crazy.
Tic Tac content?
Yeah,
You're so upset. You
that's
called
what
it
it is.
Tic Tac content.
That's what it is. Some
It's not
bullshit.
TikTok content. TikTok.
Oh, we posted Lions content. Didn't you see it? Nagler, did you see my Lions content?
Nobody
Okay.
fucking cares about the Lions. Get the fuck out of here.
So
A team is
I
good
took
for
it-
a team is good for half of a year. And all of a sudden, everybody is talking about them for years. Then they get their ass handed to them by the fucking Washington Commanders.
Right.
Come on, dude. Come on. Let's be real. Can we be real for 2 seconds about the NFL? 2 seconds.
Sure. The real is that I assumed he was talking about the fact that he expected to get, abuse because he gets nothing but abuse from Packers fans online. Not so much that they were going to recognize him from his content. He just thought it would be a much more hostile environment because of what he's experienced on the internet. And to his surprise, when he arrived at Lambeau, everyone was really nice. Because he didn't go to Corey's house, obviously.
You know, the funny here, I know it's funny you said that, because the second thing, just to be a little, just to show you, and you know this, just to show you how paradoxical I can be, is when people come to my house decked out. Now, here's the thing. You don't come to my house unless my friends and family or somebody like allowed you to come, right? So you're probably a friend of a friend of a family or family friend, whatever.
Right.
So my new thing, and I think I said this on Patreon, maybe I said this on the show 2 weeks ago, but my new thing is if somebody comes to my house, I won't even acknowledge that they're in the thing. It's just human beings. I don't care what your costume is, whatever, right? We're hanging out. I wait until they get to the patio and they're about to go out my backyard and go across the street. Thing, and I don't say anything mean. I literally, they've been talking to me the whole time as if like nothing, we're just, hey, it's just Sunday. We're just hanging out. It's whatever. Right. And as they're leaving, I just go, you know what? I hope you guys lose today. That's it.
As you should.
Because here's the thing, that we are like, I ranted about the fact that just somebody thinks that Packer fans give a fuck about them.
Right.
Like, dude, are you?
At all.
Do you like the Packers? Right. If I'm a Packers fan and I'm watching content and it's like football content, it's like, oh, do you like the Packers? No. Okay, I'm not going to watch you because you probably don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
or even if you don't like the Packers, do you follow the Packers? Because like Rob Domofsky doesn't like the Packers, right? No. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to like them, but do you really?
But he knows
them?
more
really
about the Packers than most people.
He knows more than I do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we have one other. Speaking of other fan bases, we have one other. I'm only including this, Corey, and I know that you're not a fan of this, but I only include it because about 1 billion people sent it to me. So clearly, people have watched it, and it is, I got to admit, pretty damn good. Here's a Bears fan going through it.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Here we are again, my friends. The darkness descends once again. Thought it'd be different this year, but oh no. Dropped our first two, so down all our hopes go. Why this decision to love a team that brings such pain? Are we insane? This pain just keeps repeating.
I gotta admit, that's not bad, man. That's not bad. That's pretty well done. They sound good.
It's only one dude. That's
Is
the
it
same
one guy
dude
doing
on
both?
Repeat.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know.
it's just one guy. I kind of think
sounds
he's
good.
the one. He does. He's all right. I don't really like his content, and for obvious reasons, because again, he's a Bears fan. Who gives a fuck? But it's
Fair.
cute. But it is funny to me though. Like, there's a little bit of George Bush there with Bears fans, right? Shame on me once.
Whoa! Wait a second.
Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me
Won't
twice.
Get fooled again.
Won't get fooled again. That's the Bears. Every offseason.
You're not wrong, Corey.
The Bears are the George Bush of fans.
That's so good. That's so good. You're not wrong, Corey.
Because like his first lyric is like, I kept thinking. It's like, yeah, that's your problem. In the off season, you give yourself hope.
Yep.
But you've never had a Luke Skywalker. You've never had a Harrison Ford. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Like you never had any of the. You don't even have a Princess Leia. You have nothing. You literally don't even have nobody. You don't even have a trade.
There's no new hope. There's no new hope. No, absolutely. That's outstanding. All right, I know we got some comments on YouTube. I've seen them piling up. Let's get to the people. Give the people a voice, Corey.
There you go. Relax. 142. And he's got the Bears still suck avatar. Bears still suck. So there you go.
There you go. Perfectly timed. Hey. Well done.
Speaking of, I'm surprised you didn't have the Cheesehead TV unboxing that came out this week. Interesting.
Well, it came out, and I put it out this morning, and people were excited, and people were commenting.
Got it.
Right there.
But
on the
I want
old,
to say,
YouTube channel,
those of
right here.
you, the reason I bring up the Bears thing is that Brent has a pretty awesome design for Bears. It's Vince Lombardi's slapping a bear, and it's pretty nice.
Bear down.
Jerry Mannion, I am feeling a golden breakout game on Sunday. Yeah, I think so.
You and me both, Jerry. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Porkmaster, NFL schedule makers of the devil. Give us 2 games at the start and then make us wait. Pavlov's Packers making my mouth water. Porkmaster.
That's good.
Back in action. JP, does Corey have any niche Brown County topics he'd like to talk rant about? Don't worry. You got one. I love how somebody was like, we should make a segment that's Corey's rant. I'm like, I'm trying for you people. I'm trying. It's hard. James, the Packers are too good to rant. It's hard. James,
I was just going to say, it's tough when they're 2-0 and on the top of all the power rankings and everyone's like blowing smoke up their ass. It's hard to rant.
Yeah. James, I am enjoying every moment of this ride. Go Pack, go. Thanks,
Good approach. Good approach, James.
Joe Mailman, Browns' run defense is stellar. Might be a good time to start throwing the ball to Josh Jacobs. I like that idea.
I like this idea. Get him in the passing game. I'm down with this. Come on now.
I mean, the Browns should be good at something. They've literally had the first-round draft pick for like 20 years. Ken Hansen, keep missing you too early this season. We'll miss again on Sunday. Here's for Cheesehead TV in my absence. Go Pack, go. Thank you, Ken.
Appreciate you, Ken. Thank you, buddy. In-house counsel for Cheesehead TV.
Jim Litica, I looked for Luigi's last time I went to the store, but they didn't carry it. Jim, let us know where, because I will respond
We'll make it
to
our
them
mission.
and say, hey, we need to get it in the store, people. Johnny Rivers, love needs no second read, and you won't either after making your first read the articles at Cheesehead TV. Cheesehead TV, it's the TV that you can read. Mensa approved.
Thank you, Johnny. Dude, Johnny Rivers has been here for so long. He is such an OG. It's always a pleasurable experience when he pops up in the comment section. Thank you, Johnny.
Corey's rants and plants. Oh, Brandy Lewis. If Parsons was a Depeche Mode song, would he be Policy of Truth?
Well played. Yeah, either that or Rush from Songs of Faith and Devotion.
You know what I heard recently that reminded me of you? It's that there's a cover of this song, and I think it's a Duran Duran song, and it just came out. It's a new cover, and when after the show, I'll text you. But I was listening to it, and I was like, oh, it's cool. It's like
it's Nagler.
It's like it's nice. Mr. Tundra, thanks for Super Chat. So, do you guys think Micah Parsons is a keeper? Nah.
Yeah, I'd hang on to him. Yeah, I think he'll work out.
He's terrible. Henry, Joe Mailman. Henry Pearson had 11 offensive snaps and 23 special team snaps in 2023. Thank you.
Legend. Absolute legend. Shout out Henry Pearson.
Dean, I wish you could do an online auction, because I'll try to buy that stuff back.
2 of those snaps in 2023 were in the Chiefs game, where he was instrumental in at least one big chunk play. So there you go. In their quest to beat the Chiefs, which they did.
Dean Anderson, thanks for Super Chat. This is for number 11. Go Pack, go.
Let's go. Thank you, Dean.
Jerry Mannion. My sister has special needs and works at a printing press in Ireland. If Cheesehead TV does events with the special needs community, I would love to help. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you. Ed, the Packers-Brown championship game on YouTube is worth a view. Yeah, my Wayback Machine goes way back. Isn't
What's
that
fun,
the Mud
Ed?
Bowl?
Yeah, the intro that I had on the
Bowl.
radio this morning on Zabe's program on 97.3 The Game, they did the intro radio call from that game.
Oh, cool.
It was great. Oh my, it was so cool.
That's 65, right? I believe that's 65.
Yep. Well, yeah, 65 was the championship, and then they opened with the Browns the next year, and then the 66 season started with like the rematch of the championship, blah blah blah.
Got it.
So good.
Got it. Yeah, 65.
So
I have
good.
because that was I believe that was the last. It was either the last year or the year before the last year of the Super Bowl. Before the Super Bowl.
Yep. Before the Super Bowl was the thing.
Because that, and I have that program. I have
Yes.
the program. Uncultured Barbarian. It's not officially a Packers Transplants until we get a full tilt Behnke. Was that a full tilt Behnke?
It was close. It was close. It wasn't 100%.
You know what's
It was
annoying?
close. It was out. That was
Nagler did this on purpose.
That was a
It's really
75% tilt, Behnke.
It's really annoying anytime I'm live streaming and I'm talking about anything other than the Packers for more than 1 minute. Like immediately I start to get goosebumps. I start to like get hives. I don't
Not
like
the good way.
And so that just like it was just
set
like,
you
oh,
off.
a lion. Wait, what? What is this, a lion show?
A Lions fan saying nice things about Green Bay, where you live, where you have pride of, you know, your town. So
hey, guess what?
I
Green
don't think
Bay's
that's too bad.
nice. Hey, Green Bay's nice.
Yeah,
I don't need
exactly.
I don't need somebody from Michigan to tell me that. You know what I'm
Duly
saying?
noted. Yeah.
Now,
feel ya.
if you want to talk about giving us the UP back, I'm listening.
Yes.
Dean Anderson,
Absolutely.
thanks for the super chat. I found it comedic when people started calling the Lions-Bears game as a get-right game for the Lions. You're supposed to beat the Bears.
You're supposed to beat the Bears.
I take care of my kids. You're supposed
I
to.
do. Corey, oh my God. I was just going to say, you're supposed to, you dumb motherfucker.
I take care of. That was a great. That's like
I take care of my kids. You're supposed to.
I think that's Bring the Pain, right? I think that's
yes.
I think
Chris
that's,
Rock.
I think the
absolute
Chris Rock
classic.
Bring the Pain. One of the best,
All-timer.
besides Eddie
One of
Murphy
the best
ones.
stand-up
I think the
specials
Chris Rock
ever.
ones are amazing.
Ever. So good.
Sanjay Srikantia. What is the Packers organization's relationship with Ron Wolf in recent years? His ethos permeates Lambeau.
I mean, it's really good as far as I know. I mean, I know he, was upset when Elliott didn't get the general manager job, but that's because it's his son and he wanted him to get the gig, and I understand that. But as far as I know, yeah, they're in really good standing.
Yeah. RCS 650. The bear down shirt belongs in the Green Bay Hall of Fame. Agreed.
There you go. Come on now.
Mike
Brent
Witt.
is the man.
Thanks for super chat. Hey guys, I'm still top 3 for Eeyore on She Said TV subscribers ? Love the way the defense is playing. Hoping for a Valentine pick 6 Sunday. Go Pack go. I don't think Mike Witt didn't really say anything Eeyore-ish last week though, did he?
Nah, he hasn't in a while. He's been good lately, but he was one of the
hard.
top 3.
It's hard out here in Green Bay to be an Eeyore. Let's be real.
It's true because they're so good.
Like even
what do you
Soder
complain
yesterday,
about? Like the run
I was
game
like
is the one thing you can complain about. That's it.
Soder was talking yesterday, and I was like trying to poke holes in it. I was just trying to find like what is he being negative about, and I had nothing to say. And I was like, oh wow, what's going on?
It's tough, man. It's tough to be an Eeyore out here in these Packer streets at the moment, no doubt.
Carl Van Beckham. Hey guys, I have Sunday ticket and checked out several games, and boy, the color commentators are awful. Very thankful for your live streams. Cheers. Thanks, Carl.
Appreciate you, man. But like that's the thing. And look, it's not going to be long until JJ Watt is the number 1. Like I know Romo's had a good run, and he is still good. I like Tony, but damn it, JJ out of the gate is better than almost everybody on CBS.
That's not
because
hard.
most of them are terrible.
The
No,
problem
I know.
is,
dude, I kept jumping between. I kept going, oh my God. They had a 3-man booth for, what was it, Cardinals, Panthers, I think. I wanted to jump out a window. It was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, Saints, 49ers was God awful. Yes, couldn't agree more. Well,
Carl. I just think it's funny.
Terrible out there.
I do think it's funny. What's interesting to me about broadcasts, color commentation, and all that stuff is that our culture has a streaming and
mentality,
right, and a UGC mentality. What I mean by that is user generated content, right? And this is why YouTube got it, put Tom on there, but what's funny to me is like this has all been happening, and yet CBS, ABC, Fox, they're like, you know what? This is what we do in we're broadcasters, and we do this exact thing, and this is how you learn. And then you just
we've been doing it this way for 40 years. Yeah, we know.
It's trash. Like, it's just funny
so
how,
bad.
like, when we first started doing Watch Party, I was like, oh, but I don't want to say the obvious stuff. And yeah, we say obvious stuff to just let you know where we are in the game. Like, I'll say the time, or I'll say down in distance.
Will watch.
Hey, we're doing
watch
this.
The game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I try not to. I mean, honestly, like, I do think it's funny because, like, we are terrible. Like, we will talk about the most random shit you've ever seen it.
We're awful.
And like a broadcast would never do that.
I'm still on your corn tip. I mean, it's amazing. The corn kind of dissertation in week 1, that was awesome. That was amazing.
What
was incredible.
What? I've already forgotten about it.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, what are you
Dude, you went on about corn in Wisconsin versus Iowa for like 20 minutes. You've forgotten? I had to endure it, and you've forgotten? I'm clipping that shit and putting it online. That is happening. Oh, my God. But, yes, to your point, nobody on CBS, Fox, or NBC is going on some 20-minute dissertation about corn. Yes, correct.
Or on the difference between mills and milfs.
Mills and miffs.
Nobody's doing that. I don't think. I don't think they're.
We could have just kept that. We just could have left that there in week 1. And
I thought it was funny.
But now you've opened a can of worms.
I mean, I thought it was funny. I just think it was funny.
It was hilarious.
Something was
completely
really
inappropriate, but hilarious.
Something was really funny last week too. I can't remember, but it was cracking me up. Anyway, Mike Witt, thanks for super chat. Even Bill Michaels and Bukowski have nothing to bitch about this year. I want Mark Murphy on Watch Party since he's retired. Yeah, we should get Mark Murphy on Watch Party.
I would love this. I absolutely love this idea.
Just get him
100%.
sitting right here, and I'll be like, Mark.
No,
so the first time you met me, were you afraid of me? Tell me truthfully.
No. We need Mark Murphy and Mike McCarthy together on Watch Party.
Oh my God.
Let's go. Can you imagine?
I can't imagine. I mean, I couldn't imagine Donald Driver, and we made it happen. But Mike McCarthy,
that did happen.
I feel like we can get Mike McCarthy for a little bit of a deal, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe not the deal John Gruden got for Barstool, but like.
No chance.
Like, what's he doing? Chance. You know what I mean? Isn't he on the
end
of his contract?
He's on with what's his name?
Who?
Pat McAfee. He's on with McAfee once a week, or maybe even more than once a week. He's on with McAfee.
We don't have McAfee. We don't got McAfee.
That's my point. We don't got McAfee money.
But you know what? So. Maybe he doesn't. Here's the thing. Here's the pitch that I would make. Maybe we need to make this as Packer fans.
All right.
It's like Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, you know what? You know what you need? So you were really popular. You won a Super Bowl for the Green Bay Packers, and that parlayed into a coaching career later on, which is great for you. But a lot of Packer fans has forgotten how great of a coach you were. I think you need to get in front of Packer fans more.
Remind them on a weekly basis.
Remind them of your legacy. Remind them of your legacy and how genius and brilliant of a coach you are.
There you go. I love it. That's a great pitch. I know. Make that happen.
Anyway, so I want Mark Murphy on Watch Party since he's retired. Did you guys see him throw out the first pitch at Brewers game? Like, yikes. I did not see that.
Yeah. Having done my own first pitch, it's not easy. And I give props to anyone who does it. I mean, hell, Mark Tauscher was out there, last night, and he one-hopped it. It's like it looks easy, but it ain't easy. So, shout out Mark Murphy.
I'm never going to get asked, so I feel like it's easy.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
I don't know. I think we should do a who did it better, Charlie Barons or Aaron Nagler, when it comes to shooting the hot dog gun.
Oh, it's me. It's 100% me. It's not even close.
He was just there recently, and he looked pretty good.
I know he was. And I love Charlie. He killed it.
He looked pretty good.
Yeah, no, I got that title. You know who was the worst is Sam Decker. And Decker admits it. Like, yikes.
Oh, I thought Andy Herman was the worst. Didn't Andy Herman do it?
Andy did it, but I don't think he was as bad as Decker. I think Decker has the title at this point.
That's crazy.
But we'll see. We'll check the tape.
Ken Hansen, thanks for Super Chat. My donation for Claim the UP Back movement. Yeah, I'd love that.
We ride it, Dawn.
Good thing that Lions guy didn't go to Shirley. Dude would have got jumped in Shirley. That's funny. Carl Van Beckham, how about color commentators who aren't ex-players? Who is one?
I would love that, but that'll, again, to Corey's point.
I mean, Mina Kimes. Mina Kimes has done it.
Right? Mina's great. She does preseason stuff for the Rams, and it's really good, right?
And she's like the second on Amazon sometimes, right? There was one or two times I think she was the second, or they had an alternate.
I think didn't last year she do something with Netflix on Christmas? I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
I know, but I know she's been in the booth for games. Yeah.
I like it. I don't mind it.
I love it.
RCS
I'm down.
650. Watch parties are the only way to watch the games. Thank you.
Thanks, RCS. Appreciate you, buddy.
That's all we got.
We got
Thank you guys for the super chats. Appreciate it.
Really appreciate each and every one of you, much like we appreciate each and every Patreon member. Thank you guys so much for the support. You're the lifeblood of everything we do here at Cheesehead TV. as well as the Carry the G Club members here on YouTube who make watch parties amazing. Thank you guys. Really appreciate each and every Carry the G Club member that supports us here on YouTube. It's amazing. You guys are the best. You got anything else for us, Corey, before we head out into the evening?
3-0 on
Come on,
Sunday.
that's what
Let's
I'm
make it
talking
happen.
about. Hell yes. That'll do it for this episode of Packer Transplants. We'd like to thank everyone who makes Cheesehead TV part of their daily Packers routine. We are and will always be devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide.
I think it's a fluid situation, and I know you guys love it, especially Nagler. I can see you smirking at me right there. We're going to take it one day at a time, and just it's going to be fluid, though. That's all I can tell you.